and thank you for tuning in today and welcome to the today session. Today we're going to talk about how can we be kind to others, which is not costing us anything. Now that's something that we're going to discuss. And at the end of this video, I want you to leave your comments and notes to see what are the other things or other ways you can be kind to others, which can help us to share our knowledge and share things which the community is not aware. Perhaps I can learn something from you and you can imply a couple of things which is I'm going to talk about. Maybe you're already practicing some of them, but in case if you have ignored any one of these points, I'm sure that's a good way to start. I assure you the things which we're going to discuss doesn't cost you anything. Just being kind to the others by being ourselves. Now, first thing to start of being kind to others is first you have to be kind to yourself. That's a good way to start. You can't crib, complain, and put yourself down first for yourself in front of your eyes when you look in the mirror. So be kind to yourself. That's a good stage to start. So let's see how we can imply a couple of these things during our life. Now the first way to start also, other than being kind to yourself, start kindness from the home. First you need to learn and practice how can you be kind at your home, to your family members. Helping, the first thing is helping your family, your mother or father, and a house chores. Your mother or father who raised you so far till about this age, wherever the age you would be in, they had their challenges to come along with too many things which is happening in their own lives, at the same time focusing on you for you to get better in many aspects. So as much as everyone is busy studying and doing this project, that project, and everyone is running the race, but someone is really working at your house. Who is the person? Someone is feeding you with the meals they're preparing 2 times or 3 times a day, and someone is doing your laundry. Someone is getting a water for you. If you live in a different places I'm referring to. So there are many aspects go. So the good way to start being kindness is at your home. Look at your father or mother and see how you can be helpful to them, or how you can show some generosity. If you go pick up some water, ask your dad or mom sitting somewhere, dad or mom, you want to have some water, or I'm making coffee, can I make coffee for you? Or if your mom cooks up the food for you, helping putting those entire food and utensils and setting up a dining table, or offering some time to clean your house, or offering that you can do a laundry, or taking the laundry or putting the laundry back in a dryer or folding it. So there are many things you can start being kind to your family members. I'm not saying that these are our must, depends on whatever the age, but it's a good way to start. So because you're being kind to your parents, first of all, that's the idea. So once you do that, and then you go to the external world, let's take a good how you can be kind. Opening the doors to someone. If you're taking a lift, whether it's opening or closing, there has a sensors. It takes time, and at some point of time, it's just going to close or open. So if someone is getting in, be the first person to hold the door so someone can get in or someone get off. That's a good way of being a little bit kindness. You're not taking any time of yours. You're just being a little bit attention, and then more of being kind to the others. Everyone is running a race, by the way. Offering a seat to someone wherever you are traveling, whether bus or any public places you take a ride, offer someone, particularly woman or old age person, if someone needs, if they don't like to, once we offer, and if they say, okay, that's fine, but you still can be a person to offer someone that seat. That's a good way of, that's a good start too. And being cheerful to someone, particularly when you have strangers around you, and being cheerful, with them, a little bit of smile. You never know what that smile or being cheerful can change in other person's life. So be cheerful to the others, which can happen only once you are cheerful in your life. So that comes back to reflecting your own inner personality. I know it takes, I was just reading a couple of days back, it takes 43 muscles on your face, at least 12 plus muscles to get to smile. So, even if you smile, that means you're making an effort, a little bit of genuine smile on others, because you never know what's going on in their life that can change their lives just because you being cheerful. Particularly, these things I observed mostly in a lot of banks in India. If you go, someone or the other always asks you a pen, or someone or the other who is particularly elder, who is not really uh, don't know how to write, they can ask you to write the withdraw money and so on and so forth. That's a good way to start. When you're a little bit pay attention, that you quickly can offer a help or being kind to the others. Particularly when you see the older, you never know, you can be help, or you can be kind to them. And most of the time I asked a lot of times, pen others. I could see their face like, what the hell is this guy? He doesn't have a pen. It's okay. It doesn't mean that I don't have a pen at home. Maybe I was rushing, I forgot, and there are many times it happens to you, it happens to me. So at some point of time, if someone is asking you a pen or something, it's okay, give it. It doesn't cost you anything. Only thing is that probably if you're rushing, you just need to have a little bit of a moment to wait and collect your pen back once they're done with that. But that take a little bit of extra seconds of your life, but that can give you a good impact in other person's life. That's something that you need to ask. So the particularly anywhere that you will be of help, or you will be of being a kind, simple, writing a, the pay slips, checks, or offering a pen. That's a good start. One more thing, that you can be very, very kind and generous. Particularly, uh, we want to always rush, and then we look for a car parking spots. But then if you're able to walk a little bit, if you're healthy enough, I'm not saying that if you have 100 items to carry and then take, but you can always find a little bit far away spots, basically, if you're healthy enough, I mean to say. Because why do people keep this handicapped, reserved for the people which is physically handicapped, cars close by? Why do you think? Because they're the first one to reach nearby the places, so that they cannot have enough of strength to go far enough. So particularly avoid parking there, because it's so convenient for you, just because there's nobody is around. Entire the parking slot can be the close, but then you still pay attention. If you really observe, many people don't do follow that. But however, irrelevant of judging others, you be kind to others. Reserved spots are reserved spots. It doesn't matter if someone is there or not there. So that's why it's called reserved. So if you're healthy enough to having a small shopping or something, you can find a spot where you can park a little bit far. That's okay to see. The second important thing in terms of being kindness, like if you have 100 to 200 items which needs to be billed, if someone behind you standing in a line with two loaf of bread or some few items, one or two items, let them pass, because you're going to take time with billing 50 to 100 items. But this is just being a little bit of kind, because if the person start billing you, it will take less, minimum 10 to 15 minutes. So passing that person in front of you will be a good gesture, and also being kind to the other person. Being kind to others also comes to listening to the others. The best way that you can uh, close the conversation is giving the solutions to the others. People want to be heard, not giving an offer. I think most people, they don't know, they also know what is the solution they need, because most people are hungry that nobody is listening to them. So if you have an opportunity, being at a workplace or at a family members or close relatives or whoever, if someone is talking, just don't interrupt. Listen, listen, listen. Just listen. And if they really ask you that, what do you think, or what is your opinion, or how can I do better? If you have anything which can do better in their life, you just offer. But otherwise, listening to others is being kind to the others, more or less, because that's what most people are lacking, because people don't listen. Giving space to someone who is rushing. This happens most of the time when you see some ambulances is coming, and most of the people during their busy lives they don't really pay attention. If someone literally, ambulance. We all know it's an emergency, and then if you know that you are in a position, if something is coming or if you see something behind in a rear mirror, just step aside or slow down or give a space. That is a good way to start also, because when you're running, when you're rushing also, because you're rushing is more emergency than the situation, the person who is in that ambulance. So that is something that you really need to understand. There are many times it happens also, if someone is honking too much, maybe there is a person who is, it cannot be maybe it's not an ambulance, but maybe someone who has a problem in a traffic and they're reaching to the hospitals. You never know what kind of situation. If someone is honking, just don't look back and say, what's wrong with you, kind, or someone, because I literally experienced this sometime back. One guy, his mother was sick, and she was in a hospital, and then he was literally going and asking at least 10 front different cars and two-wheelers just to stay away so that he can go on. You never know what kind of situations people are in. Just because someone is keep honking, yes, there are people who do honk because of course, they're in rush. I'm not talking about them, but probably if you sense there is a genuinity, if someone is literally coming and telling, in such a traffic, that means the guy has some responsibility. He was trying to reach the hospital. Maybe someone is pregnant and maybe she's ready to deliver, and then he needs a space. You never know. You never know what comes in terms of, so a little bit of being aware and not rushing. And this whole thing can happen, particularly if you're driving and all. If you don't start from your house in a last moment, you always find a space. And best thing is that you always reach on time. I mean, if you just start a little bit of early, if you always leave on the dot timings, like, okay, I have a 9:00, I need to go to the office, so I can leave 8:30 from. You never know what's going on in the line. It's not like a clear path for you to straight from one point A to point B. So since we are working with the people, since we have a community around, you need to be in a mature position to take a little bit of that edge to start a little early. If you reach a couple of minutes early, that's okay, and you can plan your day in advance without rushing, without having things to be sorted out, so that your day can get better. So coming back to the point, if someone is rushing, give a space. Good examples which I gave you is that something that you never know what's going on in different people's life, but at the same time, if you being a little bit of early can also help you and help others as well. So be kind. And at workplace, I've seen a lot that being kind to others, and you have a lot of opportunities to practice being kind to others. Saying thank you, genuine smile, and leaving some positive notes if someone has a good positive comments. There are many things you can think amongst during the workplace, because most of the time, where do we spend our time? Either workplace or at home. So start these two places, take your most priority, other than, okay, whenever you have interactions with other to the external world, it's a different, but 80% of your contacts, your interactions are either at work or probably business or at home. So these are the places, best way to start. And when you start that, and then if you imply that in your life, definitely uh, you see much of a joy, because at the end of the day, maybe you must have an opportunity to be kind to the others. At the same time, think back and see, if someone was kind to you, what was your feeling about them? And you are just genuinely saying that, man, the guy was a great, oh, that guy was being generous, whatever it is. It's not because you need to get accredited again. Don't take that towards that you just need to get something, someone to praise you because of whatever you did. No, 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 no. Being kind, internally you're developing, and if you have that habit of doing 1, 2, 3 acts a day, definitely your life will get into a positive momentum, and you see yourself growing internally and your inner self, and then the awareness which comes within is unbelievable, and I'm sure you feel joy. I believe that all the things which we had discussed at this point of time didn't cost you a single penny, just because you need to have a little more time, little more empathetic, and little more kind, little bit more of aware of, that you can do a little bit of an act which can bring a positivity in the others around you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. And if you do like this video, leave your comments and thoughts. And most importantly, what are the other things that you can imply or put in place, being kind to the others without costing you anything? Most of the time when people saying that being kind to the others is always they reflect to giving money to others. No, giving money in case if you have an opportunity, feeding someone is a good start, and that doesn't cost you anything. But I don't want to get in there of what can take money from your pocket. Let's stick to this, what you can do without costing you anything, just being by yourself and still can be kind to the others. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon, and leave your comments and thoughts. And most importantly, be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to the others. Thanks for watching.